Okay, we're gonna remove the airbag from a 2025 Cadillac Lyriq. First operation, always disconnect the battery and wait at least 10 minutes for the system to be completely dead. Once inside, you get a screwdriver. There is a plastic tab on each side of the steering wheel. It's right there. You'll just come in with a screwdriver, pry this side, pull it, and it should just pull right out. Next, there's an 8mm screw on each side. You'll need an 8mm socket with a small extension to reach it. Same on the other side. Second one. It should just pull out, straight out, as so. Now this one does have locking tabs. On this model, you're gonna lift up on both of these, I believe. It's kind of hard to do with one hand. You're gonna pull up both these little tabs here, this one and this one at the same time, and it should just pull right out. Let's see if I can do it with the camera. Yeah, it's gonna be hard for me to do it with the camera at the same time. Okay, I'm just gonna have to do it without the camera. See, once you pull on both and pull straight out, it should come straight out. You really need two hands to do it. Okay, one on this side and one on this side, all the way to the top. Once they're both all the way to the top, just gonna pull this connector straight out. And now completely remove. In this situation, we're gonna do a little more. We're gonna be removing the clock spring because the clock spring was damaged in this accident. And to continue that, we should only have to remove this plug, which is the plug into the clock spring, and remove the steering wheel from the steering column, which is just this T-bolt. Let me see what size it is. Okay, so the bolt is actually a T50. What you're gonna do is hold your legs with your steering wheel as much as you can. You're gonna give it one good bump, and it should unlock. Sometimes they do have a little bit of a thread seal, which makes it harder, but I'll give it a try. I was unable to do it with the little one, so now I'm going to try it with the harder one, the bigger socket wrench, and still seems very hard. Okay, now I remove the screw. As you can see, in this case for the lyriq, they do use Loctite, so I had to use a very long bar, somebody holding the steering wheel and almost jumping on it to release the Loctite. Once it's loose, then it'll just come right out. The next thing you're gonna have to remove is this clip, and it looks like it has a red clip here, so I'm probably gonna have to use a screwdriver. If I can find my screwdriver, and try to lift this clip up. There. So now the clip is up. It should just unplug carefully. Pulling. Okay, again, I'm gonna have to put my camera down as I can't do it with one hand. Do not pull on the wires. Try only pulling on the clip and pull. And if you see right underneath the clip, there is another push button right here. That's the one you're gonna push and then pull the clip out. That will remove the clip. Once that's removed, you should just be able to pull the steering wheel, gently rock it a couple of times, and it'll come straight out. Now we have access to the clock spring. We're gonna have to remove the casing to remove the clock spring. The casing itself does not seem to have any screws. It just looks like it's pushed in. What I'm seeing here is just pushed in. There. Yeah, I did not take this apart. This was like from the accident. It just popped up. It just looks like it's all just pressured in. Top. Bottom slides right off. Now we have access to the clock spring. Looking at our original, it looks like these stickers are actually just covering all the screws. Pretty funny why they put stickers on screws. Or is there a screw or does it just pop straight out? It's kind of weird. Alright, let me look at this and I'll get back to you in 1 second. Okay, figured out. In this case, these are not actually screws, they're just little rubber garments. The clip is actually on top of each one. You're just going to use a screwdriver and gently lift, hooking each clip. There's 2, backwards, 3, slowly unclipping and pulling. Again, it's very hard to do with the screwdriver. Holding the camera. Might have to put my camera down again. Alright, gonna have to do it without the camera again. Okay, I switched to a smaller screwdriver, which will make the job a lot easier for the other ones on the bottom. I pulled them all off. Now we just have one connection again here. It should be just pushing. Oh, it has again another red tab. You're gonna lift up that tab just like the other tab on the other side. Once the tab is lifted, you're just going to push this indicator there and it's push out. Let me get that real quick. And then just pull out. Again, here's the clip, the red clip you pull up. Once it's up, you're going to push out this piece right here and then just pull straight forward. Now the clock spring replacement comes with a clip here so you don't actually keep spinning it while you're working on it. So it should insert right back in the same spot. Right there. Probably gonna have to remove that to put it in. It should just slide right. Oh, stupid me. Wrong side. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna plug it back in. I'm gonna push it back in, all the clips. Make sure all 5 click. Okay. Alright. Here, once this click, make sure you push the red tab back in again to lock it. And you only remove this once you're ready, you're finished. That protects it from overspinning and breaking the tape that it has inside. So 1 second, we're just gonna put this back up, which again, you know, I see screws here. I think somebody was in here before I removed the screws, so there may be 2 screws here that were previously removed for some reason. I don't know why. Well, I added 2 screws. Obviously somebody's been in here before and it's missing. That's kind of upsetting because I don't like people messing with cars when I'm buying them at an auction, because you don't know what else they did to the freaking car. Hopefully that's all. Nothing was touched or stolen from this freaking car. Alright, so put that in. We'll put the cover back on again. It should just snap into place. I'll just snap in. Snap in. Okay. I don't think my screw is touching, but hopefully not. So I have to replace the screw. Doesn't look like it. Okay, locked in there. Okay, just lock it in. And then this will just clip right in there. Not too worried about that right now. Alright, I'll just get to that later. Let's push it in. There, lock it in. Just push it down, push it down, push it down. Now let's lock back in. Now we're just gonna put the steering wheel back in, everything reverse. We can pull this plug out. Just make sure you line it so it goes straight with your plug there. Just play with it a little bit and it should go right back in. Again, I need 2 hands for this part, so not the whole. Be careful, I just see that there's actually a separate tooth there, so you're gonna have to match that space with that space, which is right there. It has, on this case, it has a little blue line there to give you indication. So you have to put it exactly right until it goes back into the way it was. And if you see that little blue line painted, there's actually a little tab right there on the steering column to guide you where the exact blue spot is, so it could slide right back in. Next, you're just going to plug in back the connector, push it back in all the way, put the locking tab, and then I'm going to reinstall the airbags. Here, you don't have to push this in. This should just slide right back into the bag and lock in place. Just pull it, make sure it's locked. I'm going to go here again. They are color coded, so you cannot put them backwards. You won't be able to. Let me go. Let me see if I can get one up there. Show you at least one. Nope. Okay, so I'll just see if I can just show you. Simple as that. It is locked in place.
¿Cómo es?
Hace rato necesitaba alguien que me traje nomás el volante para soltarlo. Pues ya.
Oh, para sujetarlo. Ah, ok.
Ya, está
No,
todo.
no, estaba haciendo unos mandaditos ahí. Está bien, bueno.
Bueno, gracias igual.
No,